Hi there, my name is Liz and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I post home decor content every Sunday and Wednesday, from shop with me videos to affordable decor and DIY. So if that's the type of content that you like to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you don't miss future videos. Now in today's video, we are gonna do a really quick, small thrift flip slash DIY project. So this past weekend, I convinced my husband to go thrifting slash antiquing on Saturday. So we didn't really find anything at the thrift stores, but we did go to this cute little antique mall and I got these little candlestick holders. Put them up there for you guys to see. And I was kind of on the hunt for a set of brass candlestick holders, and all of the brass ones that I saw were like $75 for a set of two, which was just not quite the budget that I was trying to work with there. So I found these silver ones and I figured I could just DIY them to a like goldy brassy color. So I grabbed some Rub and Buff in antique gold, and this is actually my very first time using this stuff. So sorry, the cat is like shaking the camera. But this is my first time using Rub and Buff, and so I'm going to use them on these candlesticks, turn them into a beautiful brassy looking set, and let's do it. Okay, so here is the workspace. I just put some newspaper down so that I don't get anything on the table. I have the candlestick holders. I've got the Rub and Buff in antique gold again, so I will link this stuff down below for you guys. We picked it up at Michael's, which I think it was like $6 or $7 there. And I am gonna link it for you on Amazon just because I know, like, you know, fast delivery is really great, but it is a little bit more expensive on Amazon, just a heads up. So if you do want to save a few dollars, hit up your local Michael's and they will have it for you. They should. And I also have a microfiber cloth here. So the only thing that I did with these before now is I wiped them down with some warm soapy water, and I'm sure that they were clean whenever I got them, but just to make sure that any like dirt, dust, or anything like that was taken care of. So as I mentioned, this is actually my very first time working with Rub and Buff. I've been dying to give it a try on a project for a few months now. I feel like I've been seeing really cool TikToks on it, and so I'm really excited to finally give this a go. And again, I know it comes in multiple colors, but we are using the antique gold today. Okay, so apparently you literally, well, you puncture the top with the cap, and then you literally, ooh, squirt it out a little bit. Just take a little bit on your finger, or you can use like a towel or a cloth or a paintbrush even. I'm just gonna go in with my finger because I think it's gonna be easy. And it's a little bit more watery than I was expecting. I don't know if that's just this one. And you just kind of rub it on. So because it is so watery, I'm gonna put the lid back on and just kind of like mix it up here with my fingers. Like mix up any like product and like oil or anything like that. That's a little bit more mixed up. Let's give that a shot again. So now I'm just going in and rubbing it. And so the directions say just to use a thin layer, and then you rub it and it kind of turns it that antique gold color. And then after you rub it on there, you can buff it, which is what I brought the microfiber cloth for, and that is supposed to give it more of like a shine. And it does definitely have a little bit of a smell to it, but it's like a chemical-y type product, so I'm not that surprised there. Okay, now I'm just gonna try to get into all the little like nooks and crannies of these candlestick holders. So that's something that I actually really loved about these candlestick holders is, one, it was like $20 for the set, which is a great price. And I love the shape of these. I just think they're so cool and beautiful. I do have one other set of candlestick holders that I got from Target about a year or so ago. And they are gold, but they're just very like minimal, just kind of like a straight candlestick holder. And I did get them from the dollar section, so they were like $3, which I thought was a great price. But I'm excited for these ones, which are like a little bit more ornate, and I have kind of had a cool set of brass candlestick holders on my wish list for a little while now. So I'm gonna continue doing this, and I'm gonna speed up this video so the process isn't just like super annoying for you guys to watch, but I'll let you know if there's like any like little tips or anything that I learn. I'm also gonna take off my ring so that I don't rub and buff it. Okay, so I don't know if I'm just putting this on too thick or something, but I'm really worried that it's just gonna like wipe away and I'm gonna be able to see the silver underneath of it. But hopefully I'm just kind of like continuing to rub it in, and hopefully that will get rid of any excess and we'll only be left with the stuff that's like actually gonna stick. So I generally have this whole first one like coated. I'm gonna probably try to rub it in a little bit more in these like little crevices and everything, and then I will move on to the second one. And if you do have something with kind of like a lot of little like crevices and like weird shapes like this, I feel like a like paintbrush and putting this on with a paintbrush might actually be a little bit more helpful. I for some reason just really wanted to use my fingers here, but we'll see if I end up regretting that. So I'd love to hear if you guys have used rub and buff on anything before, if you have any pro tips that I should know for next time I use it, or just any kind of thoughts you have on rub and buff. Just leave a comment below and let me know. Okay, so I think for the most part I have the second one pretty well coated. I'm just kind of gonna go in and smooth out any areas. I don't know if you can tell here, but there are some like spots that have like a little bit of like weird texture. I want the camera to focus on the candlestick. And as you can see, I feel like I missed some spots around the bottom, so go in and smooth this out. And I think I am gonna get it a little bit on like the inside of the top, not all the way down in there, just kind of on the inside, so that there's a candlestick in there, you will only see this like gold color. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to go in with this microfiber cloth and buff it a little bit. Sorry, the cat keeps getting in the way. I'm a little concerned because this has like a little bit more texture to it than I was expecting the rub and buff to have. It's almost like a little grainy. So I don't know if the product is just like expired or needs to be mixed or something, or if I messed up somehow, I don't know. But we're gonna give it a rub. We're gonna give it a buff. We're gonna give it a buff, and then hopefully it, I don't know, turns out okay. Okay, so part of me is starting to think that I put it on too thick, maybe. I feel like I am wiping away some of that texture that I mentioned I was concerned about. But also I'm afraid that I'm like wiping away the product from this candlestick holder. So we're just gonna keep at it and see if it turns out the way that we want it. And as I rub it here, it definitely is giving it a little bit more of like a shiny type of metallic-y look, which is good. It's kind of what we want, you know? But I still feel like I might need to go in with another coat on the bottom at least, and honestly probably all over. I feel like I just didn't apply it very well. I don't know. I have to say, this is not quite as easy as I thought that it was going to be, but it is looking a little bit better here. I don't know if you can tell, but there are definitely some spots where it's like a little bit smudgy. So I think I'm just gonna let this dry, go in and do the other candlestick holder, and then try to give this like a second coat or something. So this past weekend was really the first time that my husband and I went like thrifting and antiquing, and I don't know, I thought it was a lot of fun. It's kind of fun to be like on the hunt, but I would love to hear if you guys like to go thrifting and antiquing, kind of what you keep your eye out for whenever you go, and then also let me know your like best, most favorite thrift find. Okay, so I finished this, and there are some spots like right around like here. I'm gonna try to get this to focus a little bit better. There we go. Where like right around here, where it wiped off, so you can see the silver underneath. And I don't know why my cat just bit my arm. I'm gonna try to go in with a second coat on these and see if that will kind of like even it out and give it the more like overall just kind of like consistent gold brassy look that I want. I don't know, guys, I thought that this was gonna be so easy. I thought that it was literally like you just rub it on, it sticks onto the whole surface, and it looks great. And this is just, I don't know, I'm really disappointed by this so far. So hopefully we can turn it around here. Okay, so this unfortunately is just not working out. I'm kind of frustrated. I don't know if this is just like not a material that Rub and Buff can go on, but I think I'm gonna try to wipe it off somehow and then probably just spray paint these. I don't know. So here they are. As you can see, they don't look good. They're like, there you go. You can probably see that a little bit better. They're splotchy. They have like a weird texture that I can't buff out. More splotchy. I don't know, this just did not work out the way that I was really hoping that it would. Okay, so once I gave up on the Rub and Buff, I read that you could remove it with some Barkeeper's Friend, so I gave that a shot here, and it did get some of the Rub and Buff off of these candlestick holders, but in keeping with the theme of this project, it didn't really do a great job in getting it all off, and there was still most of it remaining on there. As you can see here, it's just very splotchy, and honestly, most of the Rub and Buff is still there. So I just dried these off and then hit them with a coat of primer, and then I used this Rust-Oleum metallic spray paint in pure gold. Unfortunately, it did not turn out well, although I really shouldn't be surprised at this point. They had this super weird texture still that I'm gonna say was caused by the primer, and the color wasn't as metallic-y as I wanted. This project did not turn out at all like I expected. It might be the death of me. Here are the candlestick holders after I have attempted to Rub and Buff, prime, paint. That all looked like crap, so I sanded everything off, and now we are back with these silver candlestick holders. So I hate myself for doing this. I literally hate to do this, but check back for part 2. Let me know what you guys think I should do. My options right now are to try to get a different container of Rub and Buff and just hope that I had a faulty one and Rub and Buff these, paint them. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Let me know what you think I should do in a comment down below, and check back for part 2. I promise I will post it next week, and there will be final results. So make sure you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss part 2 next week. And also like this video if you thought it was interesting or enjoyed watching. And thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.